Paul George is going out so sad, isn't he? He's genuinely going out sad. And I mean, honestly, if you guys agree with me on this one about PG, subscribe. We're trying to hit 8.35k by the end of the day. That would be absolutely insane. Like, what? We got like 30 subscribers yesterday. If we can get like 30 today, that'd be great with the way things are going. Unreal. But, yeah, so Paul George. And there's been a lot of stuff on this channel about how bad Paul George has been. But, like, we gotta be real. Like, Paul George, I haven't seen a decline in a player like this quickly in so long. Like, he's averaging 16.2, 5 and 5. And you're like, oh, it's not that bad. He's making 50 million a year. And his status is currently he's injured again. He's shooting 41% from the field. He is shooting 41% from the field. And in his last games, he had 13 points on 27% field goal shooting in a loss to the Phoenix Suns. They beat the tanking Nets, where he had 17. In fairness, he had a 30-point game, but 19, 17, 13. Like a couple of okay games in losses, in blowout losses. Well, this Sacramento Kings one was pretty close. But like 13 points and 27% shooting in a close game against the Phoenix Suns. They lost to the Suns. They are 14 and 20. His Sixers team are 14 and 20. They signed him to try become title contenders. He's the fourth best player on his team. And if you guys want to look at the Sixers, again, this is how the hell they are one game off, or like, well, not even one game off. They are 2 games off the play-in. It's the Bulls in the play-in, who people thought were tanking. The East is just so bad. The Wizards, in fairness, they're doing a little bit better, but they're still garbage. The Hornets are complete garbage. The Toronto Raptors are tanking. The Nets are tanking. And, like, the Bulls, who everyone thought was tanking, they're not... Like, they're what? They're 3 games off the Heat, who are in complete shambles right now. They're behind the Hawks, who are on a losing streak. They're 3 games behind the Detroit Pistons. They're 3 games behind the Detroit Pistons. And you might put some of that on Joel Embiid being injured, but I'm sorry, even with Joel Embiid injured, you would think with Tyrese Maxey, with Yabusele, with Paul George, with when they had Jared McCain for a while, you would think that team's not going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA. Like, how many teams have better records? Like, they have what? The 8th worst record in the NBA, and that's because a bunch of teams are trying to capture the flag. Like, they're 14 and 20. And again, they're 6 and 4 in their last 10. And it's like, it's just the most pointless thing. Either way, though, it's an untradeable asset. Like, they want to get Jimmy Butler. You're not going to be able to get him because it's one of the worst contracts ever. Like, we've never seen somebody this bad at 34 years old in the first year of their deal. Everyone being like, oh no, Paul George is going to get better. He's going to be better. This is the first year of his deal. He's 34. He's only going to get older and worse. That's the reality of the situation, is he's only going to get worse. And right now he is. Oh, the Sixers are screwed. Like, this is Celtic Shaq. This is Nets KG. I wonder, is he older than... I know he's not older than Kevin... What age was Kevin Garnett when he joined the Nets? So Kevin Garnett joined the Nets in 2013, and he's born in 1976. So in fairness, he was 37. What age was Paul Pierce? Was Paul Pierce older? Paul Pierce, 1977, so he was 36. So 2 years older than what Paul George is right now. Paul Pierce was 35 when he went to the Nets. Paul George is 34. So Paul George is 1 year, I mean this, 1 year older, so younger than Paul Pierce when he went to the Nets. And the difference is that after Paul Pierce went to the Nets, his career was basically done. Paul George is now under contract for how many more years? Like, they signed a 34-year-old injury-prone player to a deal which will pay him till 2028. They're going to be paying him till he is 38 years old. They're going to be paying him $56 million at 38, when he is washed at 34. They're going to be paying a 7-point per game negative defensive player $57 million. Oh my God. People think the Ben Simmons contract's bad. I'm sorry. These players are going to get killed in their next CBA. And this is up there with one of the dumbest things I've ever seen a team do. Like, it's not even... Like, why would you not front load a contract unless you were unable to? Why would you not try to just front load it? Why to have it try go down every year because he's getting older? The Philadelphia 76ers signed a freaking podcaster to a max. They signed a guy who cares more about his podcast than his freaking basketball to a max contract. And they expected it to be expect it to be anything other than this. Like PG, I get it, he was an all-star last year. I get it. He'll never be an all-star again. And you're saying, oh no, he'll figure it out next year. Man, he's 34 years old. He is 34 years old. Like, I'm just... Oh, man. It's just... If you're a Sixers fan, I'm sorry. You're done. You're absolutely done. Like... You're just... All you had to do was tank. All you had to do was try to pretend Joel Embiid wasn't that bad and trade him. You just had to tank because... Now you've literally got... Paul, you got a distressed asset. And I don't even know you can call Paul George. Don't even know you can call him a distressed asset. It's like holding $1 billion in FTX stock. It's not worth anything. You might have to give up multiple first-round picks to get off Paul George. He's that bad a contract right now, and he is making Celtic Shaq look like a decent player. But at least, by the way, Celtic Shaq, Nets KG, none of those guys, okay, they were on big contracts for the time, especially like Nets KG, but like they didn't have contracts for that long. They didn't have these 5-year, $200 million deals. They were probably getting paid $15 million at the time. And at the end of that 1 year, the Nets team broke up. And they couldn't really tear it apart. But still, it's better than whatever the hell the Sixers are doing with Paul George. And that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.